Man, boy, I tell you, when you find somebody and they still leaving surprises, and this ain't the first surprise. But this truck right here, I'll give you the backstory on it before I get into what's going on. First of all, very good customer of mine. This dude been nothing but patient, waiting on me. We initially diagnosed it as needing a spider injection. We all know about the spider injections on these Vortec engines. So spider injection, and it needed a cap, distributor cap. Put that on there, truck purring like a kitten. Come back, skipping. I'm like, okay, must be a defective part. No biggie. I diagnosed it, ran through everything. This particular tech, I'm gonna stay with I'm gonna stay up high. I'm not gonna go on his level, even though when I fire this man, it comes back to me. He's talking crap behind my back.
At another shop.
At another shop, like, you know, I'm still nice enough not to mention your name. But what was I, sweetie? That just made me like irritated, because this really irritated me. So I was like, you know, Bob, that's what I'm gonna call him. Bob.
No, Bob is a respectable name.
Yes, Bob is respectable.
But then I want to name another name, like, well, that ain't respect. We're going to say Pookie.
Yeah.
Pookie. So that's what you are. Go ahead.
Pookie. Go ahead and put this injection, spider injection on. So he knock it out, crank it up. The skip went away on, I think it was somewhere over here, either 1 or 3. Went away on 1 and 3, which I knew that it would, because, you know, I'm okay at diagnosing. Not the best in the world, but I get around. So that's skipping constantly on 6. Never skipped on 6 before. I'm like, what is going on, man? So I asked him to look it over. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe it's the driver in the computer. I was like, okay, maybe. So time go on, I let him go. This truck, I will look at heat on and off, but not heavily. I'll probably have one of my other techs look at it, and we was coming up with nothing. So today, I told myself, this truck has to go. I just started all over again. Compression test, spark plug was good, make sure the wires were good. Everything is passing. Last important test that I did was a fuel pressure test, but I didn't stop there. Did a fuel pressure drop down test where the computer will prime the fuel pump, and it normally prime up to about maybe 58 psi. Then you choose the injector you want to open. You should see a drop, maybe down to like 10 psi drop or something like that, because the injector will open for a brief second, then close back. So did that on 6, nothing, didn't drop. I'm like, okay, let me go to another cylinder. Another cylinder, drop down like it's supposed to. So I restarted the test over again, still nothing. I'm like, okay, great, I must got a bad part. Been chasing my tail for a bad part. Nobody fault, right? Start pulling everything down. Number 6 injector looks like this. And the compressor will turn on. Let me turn it off. Supposed to look like this one. This sucker is smashed. I found this bad boy basically sitting, I'm gonna put it right here just for demonstration purposes. The wire just sitting like this on so he smashed the wire in between the hose, the fuel hose in between the upper plenum and the lower intake. I'm like, man, I wouldn't drop down neither.
I think it's safe to say that the amount of money we paid him in the short time he was here,
I lost.
He did not earn that in the work that he did at all.
He's a good part swapper. I didn't hire him to be a.
Obviously not if he's damaging stuff.
Yeah.
Putting motor mounts on upside down.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You're right. He's just. I guess anybody can do CV axis. He knocked that out pretty quick. That's nothing. Then he was being prima donna and was complaining to my other technicians like they're not gonna tell me. Oh, I'm only good at. I only like to do transmissions. But when I hired you, you said you do engines and everything. So
we have lost thousands in combat, thousands in labor, and the thousands we paid him.
And of course, I'm not charging this customer. Heck, for kicks and giggles, I even put a distributor on it. I was like, man, I'm just so disappointed, man, because I don't like my customers done this way. This is bad, and unfortunately, it falls under me. That's how business goes, right? When Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, don't make my coffee right, I'm not looking at the employees. Or if I find a hair in something, I'm not looking at the employees. I'm calling the owner, calling my lawyer, making a big scene. I want to talk to the person in charge, because it happened under your watch. Even though you in the Bahamas or the tropics somewhere, still, it's the owner's fault. It always boiled down to them. So yes, this is my fault. How could I have prevented it? I don't know. I'm still learning it. That's what's so rough about this business here. I want everybody treated great. I want workmanship to be great, but when you're hiring people new, you just don't know them. You don't know their work ethics. You just don't know. And my last video, I was like, I'm kind of moving it into uncharted waters. It's I wouldn't say scary. I can say scary. Scary for me because I expect things done a certain type of way. And if it don't happen, it just, I take the full weight and responsibility. And so, yeah. So I'm gonna finish putting this back together so this man can get his car back, because he calls, every now and then, like, man, I really miss my truck. And I was like, yeah, I know. So, and of course, this is taking me away from other things that I need to get out the shop. But I'm trying. That's the only thing I can say. I'm trying. This is a learning thing. Come look at this. CJ and CK, you spot the boo-boo. I just know. I was going to check it after I put the injector in, which I just got finished putting the injector in. But it's something with the fuel hoses. Now, look at the fuel hoses. I'll give you a hint. You see they numbered, right?
Right. Oh, no, you didn't.
These are numbered too, correctly, right? Don't they got numbers down there? You see them? You see the numbers? 5, 3, 1. You see that?
And he missed.
Okay.
He put him in the wrong one.
Look at that. Follow the hoses.
Oh, damn. I see it. Damn.
Let me explain to the good people what's going on.
Oh, damn.
Freaking setup for the run. This is a setup for the win right here, boy. He won with this one. If he want to ever prank me, this is how you do it to make me really mad. Okay, so each one of these injector hoses going down to the intake port is numbered. So and he actually has a number right here, 1, 3, 5. And what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to put 1 on 1. Actually has a little number right here. You're supposed to put 3, this is 3 on 3. You can already see the problem. And 5 on 5. 3 is on 5 and 5 is on 3. So I'm like, man, come on, dude. How the hell did you do that? It's supposed to look like this. Just butchered this. You're right. He's not a parts changer. He's just I don't
Maybe
know.
he tire and suspension tech.
He's something. He ain't no mechanic. Wow. Man, can you get the speck out of your own eye before you try to attempt to talk about somebody else? Sheesh. Like, this is numbered, man. It's like, this goes back to pre-K. My 3-year-old daughter can put those together. Oh, okay, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, and so on and so forth. Sheesh. Never seen nothing like it, man.
Yeah. He called CJ, I guess at the new shop that he work at, and was like, yeah, that Jeep, Alex said it need all that stuff. It didn't need all that stuff. First of all, what make you comfortable to call someone that still works here to talk crap? And
Yeah.
2, we ain't worrying about what you saying, because you can't even do this. Man, go ahead.
I wish I would have gotten it on video. That sucker had a broken axle. The whole axle got pushed back. The trailing arms was bent. Anytime when something gets so stressed out like that, it's best to replace all that stuff.
Well, he took it to that shop, and I guess they're going to do it. So.
The frame was, when the impact happened in the middle, the frame was bent in. The impact was so hard. It's amazing because impact was so hard, the engine slid forward because the engine is on rubber mounts, and you can see where the transmission mount and deformed. You can see where the exhaust manifold, like the catalytic converter coming down, because it's like it rides real close to a frame piece, about an inch or so. When it impacted, the whole engine went forward and banged into that metal piece and left a little gouge. Because that's what made me look at it. I was like, that's a gouge right there. How did that happen? So I started looking and started using my brain. I'm like, dang, this engine slid forward. That truck was totaled. I was trying to tell the poor gentleman that it's not worth it.
So he took it to James's new employer, and they said, no, we do it. We can do the bare minimum. You'll be okay. Okay. Liability, I guess y'all got money.
Yeah, shoot. Some don't work out right. They're going to be looking at them. Now, this, good people, is why I'm not considering not doing any more angles. Sometimes it's a hassle. And me being me, I want the best for my customers. So this is what we came up with. Well, I'll show you this one first. The problematic. This raises a brow when you see caked up oil and like starting to seep a little bit coming down the side of the block. This is where the head meets the engine block. That's a clear leak versus the old engine. And hey, get this. This engine has a blown head gasket. Nice and dry. This is what you want to see around where the head meets the block. You don't want to see any signs of oil leaking or coolant slash oil. Who knows what it is. It's always a holdup, and we need to get this stuff up out of here. So I'm gonna let you finish up. We need to go contact the customer. I guess continue until I hear from the customer. I'll let you guys know what they say. Holding me up. Okay. All right, customer said put her in. And that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I already started switching over the accessories and just double checking everything. Good thing, because I forgot this little ground right here, and that would have been bad. So I'm about to screw that in. Just to recap on what's going on. This thing is potentially leaking oil from the cylinder head. Just take a look at all this gunk. That is dirt and oil. Dirt is attracted to oil. So if you have a leak somewhere, dirt and grime will start building up around it. And as you can see on this cylinder head, this is all very thick stuff right here. So, and it's supposed to look somewhat like this. It's like dry oil from this engine. It's very clean. You'll get little specks of dirt here and there. That's normal. It's just dust from over the years. Pretty normal. So that's what I want to see. This was a leak point right here on this engine, the old one. Looked like it was coming from the front cover, and it could have been seeping down. And you see how it kind of bridges off and going over here to this channel, and it's making all this caked up stuff right here. So if I was actively inspecting this car, I would say front cover is seeping. That I wouldn't really say it's a leak, but we could also be having oil leaking from the head gasket right here as well, because we have some more dirt buildup up in this general area. So it's a very problematic thing on these engines. So it's like, speaking of head gaskets, I had this Ram in that I just finished this morning. I'll show it to you. Beautiful truck. Is it still raining outside? Let me go put up the screwdriver, and before I put up the screwdriver, I need to make sure I get this hammered down so I won't forget. I always tell my guys, before you leave the job, make sure you tighten everything down and find a good stopping point. Very important. You don't want to do what I'm about to do, get sidetracked and walk off to do something else, and then you come back and like, oh, everything looks good, and boom, 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 and put the engine in and like chasing your tail, all because you left the ground loose. Cool. Got that all settled. All right, put this up. I think it's locked. But that was a 19 Jeep. This is a, I guess I look at the van or something. Ooh, yeah, this thing sounds horrible. That vehicle just left. That's like a 2020 Soul. And it, no surprise here, guys. Need an engine. Customer's very shocked because you just got it back from the dealership for a recall check, and they deemed everything fine. After she got it back, I guess a couple of days, whatever, check engine light came on for a noise piston detection code or something weird. And if you look that code up, oil consumption, piston rings, basically need an engine. So yeah, Kia strikes again. Oh, I didn't lock it. Great. This is an 18. So I guess around 18, 19, they was putting out a whole bunch of defective products. Stellantis. Well, they was, who was they before Stellantis? I don't know. It don't matter. Dodge, Jeep, whatever. On this truck, it almost got me, guys. It almost did. But I kind of blame myself because the day I looked at this, I was all over the place, to be honest with you. I was working on this. I had this sitting here running. Customer complained about some leak or overheating or something. Topped it off with coolant, ran it. It had a coolant fan code. I'm like, coolant fan's working. I erased it, drove it, all was well. I gave it back to the customer, I spoke with him in person, and he was like, yeah, did you see the leak? I was like, no, I had it sitting there, the floor was dry, and he showed me a picture of his phone. I'm like, come show me in person. And sure enough, it had evidence of coolant leakage. And I was like, well, can you, I look at it in the morning time, which is today. So just let me have it overnight so I can look at it in the morning. He was like, yeah, no problem. This morning, got in, super cleaned everything up. And my suspicions was right. It's starting to rain, so we're going back in the building. My suspicion was right. It's got a leaking head gasket from the back cylinder head. I see, can I put a little clip in the video right now for you so you guys can see.
We made it in here just in time. Look at my glass.
I knew it. It was starting to sprinkle. I was like, it's about to come down. Now let me get on back in here. Hopefully you guys saw that. That area was completely clean, and on the video you can kind of see it like cutting out. It's very weird. Now, remind you, well, I had this thing under pressure when the vehicle was off. Didn't see anything. It was only when the vehicle was running, which makes sense because head gaskets can do weird things. So on that particular truck, I'm going to recommend head gasket replacement, and I don't do head gaskets at my shop. The block will have to be checked for warpage. The cylinder head is going to have to be checked for warpage because in my mind, I'm thinking something in the manufacturing process didn't mesh well. Yes, the vehicle has some cancer underneath, but I've seen rusted engines really bad, and it shouldn't affect the cylinder head. That's just not how it works. In my theory anyway, that's not how it works. So let me get this thing switched over so we can start the process of putting it back in. Finish double checking everything. Well, triple checking, because I already double checked. All right.
I know you said you were concerned because this one had what's this material?
Oh yes, this one has a metal valve cover, and this one has a plastic one. I looked it up and down, and everything seems to be the same thing. It's just so hard dealing with used engines. You just never know what you're gonna get. They send you the wrong stuff, send you defective stuff. I'm highly considering not doing engines no more because of this reason right here. It's just a waste of a lot of time because when I discovered that, which you guys saw, we had to wait a long time. Like customers at work, it was just a big waiting period. It wasted hours. This engine could have been in, but we have to give the customer a chance to say hey or nay.
What if they would have said no, send it back? Then we have to wait days
And I explained to the customer, I was like, you know, it could be nothing. It could just be a slow seep and you probably wouldn't even notice. But from my experience with these, yeah, it starts off like a seep, but then develop into a leak. We had a customer, I think I told you guys already, and gals, had a customer that had a similar engine to this variable air crap, 1.4 though, turbocharged. Did an engine. The car looked like a little amphibious frog or something. I did a video on it. Sucked in a lot of water. I think he thought it was amphibious for real. Put a used engine in it. Months, almost a year went by. He came back and was like, yeah, it's leaking oil. I'm like, yeah, bring it in. I look at it, make sure everything is good with my work. Just never know. Stuff happens. And it was, I think I still have that engine over there. I can actually show you. Let me see if I have a similar engine. All right. Yes, I have an example of the same exact engine he had. So this is actually the cylinder head right here. From here, it's the head gasket. This is the block on down. This is the cylinder head on up. Then you have this big, massive solenoid pack that goes in this section right here to control the valve lift, multi-air, and it's controlled with these little valves right here. This is like a little motorcycle engine that controls it. So his leak was right here. I forget which side it was on. It was just pouring oil. And I was like, yeah, you got a defective gasket or something.
So based off what you said, this right here would indicate a leak?
Yes, this is leakage. All this dirt grime buildup. It could be coming from the upper valve cover, or it could be coming from this PVC pipe, because you can see the dirt trail stemming from this. Now, if it was nothing up here, like all this grime and stuff wasn't here. And if the dirt trail started about right here and on down, that would indicate a valve cover leak. But since the dirt trail starts up here, that indicates a not properly sealed or dry rotted crankcase vent tube. And it was probably dumping oil over time and trickling down. When it comes to leaks, good people, and a lot of mechanics mess up this way. Most mechanics will see, let's say, they'll look at this right here. They'll look right here and they'll be like, oh, your valve cover is seeping. Okay, you have to start from the top. Valve cover right here. They will ignore all the rest of this. Or they'll say the oil pan is leaking. It's better shown than told. Let me just, better shown than told. Let me have another example. This is a LS53, and the starters normally sit approximately right here. And what most mechanics would do, now the starters, let's use our imagination. The starter can be completely saturated in oil, okay? You can clearly see it, just dripping oil. And when it drips oil, it'll probably drip down right here, which you can tell something is leaking, which on this one would probably be the oil pan area, because air will hit the oil and smear it like this. But this is how high it's going to approximately go. As you can see on up, it's dry. But back to my point, they'll see that leak coming down the oil pan and they'll deem the oil pan gasket. In reality, if the starter is right here, it's no way an oil pan leak can saturate, oil pan gasket leak can saturate the starter. You have to continue going up. What can saturate the starter is valve cover gaskets. That can do it. If the valve cover leaks down, it can drip onto the starter. So you must always start from the top and work your way down. It's bad. Now, a lot of you good people ask, another perfect example why I don't do something at my shop. As you can see, I have a cylinder head right here. A lot of people ask, oh, why you don't do cylinder head gaskets anymore? No big deal. Well, I still do cylinder head gaskets, but not for the public. I do them for myself. And the reason being, and it never fails, it happens time after time, it's always something if you're doing stuff in mass quantities like I be doing. Got this cylinder head back, and I was missing parts, stuff. If I didn't know no better, I had to torque everything. I had to reseal stuff. It's like, dang, I thought y'all supposed to torque the cam caps from the cylinder head place. It's like, I had to recheck the whole head gasket. And then I was missing the bucket for the high pressure fuel pump, the little load for that. I had to find the time to go back and get that. Now, let's just say if this was a customer car, that would have been the delay. My time in my life, I can't afford delays. I have to get stuff really rolling. In and out is the best thing for my business at this point, because I've done it all other ways. And when I get held up, I suffer. Whether that's money-wise, and it's just...
Well, I mean, this is a prime example, because this is my for sale car, and I have been waiting a very long time.
Yeah, that's my fault.
But they charge me $700 to do that cylinder head for us to have to go back and stuff they forgot. Yep. So.
Jeez, so yeah, that's why. All right, let me get this engine situated and hooked up. Yeah, keep one okay. I be getting worried when I don't see my cats. He was have you didn't see Oreo yesterday, did you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he been fighting. He a fighter. Quick story. My dog was up here and I'm thinking he's normally really chill. He gives no problem. Because we got a cat at home and they love each other. He came up here. Oreo, he went on the defense. He was like, man, he messing with no dog. He let Bailey walk up to him and he sniffed him. He went on about his business. But he came back. Well, I knew you were hungry. You've been missing a couple of days. His stomach was getting small. So he came back over, sniffed him again. And I guess Bailey moved wrong. The cat hissed. And it made Bailey growl. As soon as Bailey growled, boy, that fool went to pop, 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 pop.
Knock Bailey out, boy.
Yeah, it was quick. I was like,
Bailey-
Bailey, get your butt over here.
Nose was bleeding.
Oh,
I
I
was
was like, man, these cats don't play, boy. Especially him. He'll stand his ground. Normally, cats will run off like my black when he's around here somewhere. He real
like,
scared.
I saw him yesterday.
Yeah, I seen him yesterday too, but I was worried about him because I didn't see him. But he'll a trooper.
So our dog got beat up by a cat. But I wanted to say, I forgot to tell you that someone did send us more cat food.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll go ahead and give him a cake.
Yeah, we actually haven't bought cat food, guys, in like a
Look, you
year
need a
or
treat.
two. Because people from Facebook and Instagram send the cats food. They sent the bowls, the beds.
They done hooked him up.
So these cats are sponsored by the good people on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, I love my cats a lot. But yeah, he got his butt. But he always come back with some type of bruise or something. He
listen.
likes to fight. He my ghetto cat.
So I'm gonna say for my Atlanta folks, he from the west side.
Yeah.
Really, true story.
Look like everything is good. For my guy to come take over, what I did was kind of help him out. Swapped over all the accessories, which you saw me doing, and set the engine down in there and mated it up to the transmission. Only 2 bolts holding it, but that was the hard part, getting it everything lined up. So all they have to do is come in now and knock out the rest, and we're golden. This thing is downhill. But good people, that's gonna end it here. I really enjoyed y'all today, like always. Until next time, Alex Car Doctor out. See you guys on the next one.